What's up, guys? Today we're back playing some more Temur Rhinos, what we're calling like flash control version here. So in the last video we added Tishana's Tidebinder, which definitely overperformed. It's been doing really well in leagues and in challenges, so we're definitely staying with at least 3 here. I was tempted to run 4, but I didn't want to tie up the 3-drop spot too much. Just trying to, as you can see, we have a lot of 3-drops and trying to jam in here, so I wanted to take some out, put some in the sideboard, see how that goes. So the main difference from last list to this list is we added a Dismember, and we're cutting on some Fire Ices and Dead Gons. So you might think like, whoa, that's crazy. We always have a set of Fire and Ice, and we're always playing 3, maybe 4 Dead Gons. But I wanted to try to mix things up, kind of pre-board against decks that we're always boarding out Dead Gons against. So like Tron, big mana decks, just anything without small creatures that we like can easily board this out against. So the decks where Dead Gon shines are decks like Scam, Burn, Hammer, decks with small creatures. And matches where you'd want to burn this out are against, like I said, big mana decks like Amulet, Coffers. So it's kind of like a 50-50 of whatever you're going to hit. Scam is the most popular deck, so you could argue running 4 is probably correct. But then we have to look at Fire and Ice. So it's a good turn 2 play. We are playing more of a flashy control deck, so maybe you want to run 4 instead of just 2. It's a good turn 2 tempo play. But for this version, we added an additional Brazen Borrower, so that's also a turn 2 play that we can run. And we're also trying to develop our mana, so we want Ketria, and then maybe we can get a tap Shockland instead of always getting a basic just to save life. And other decks, they don't always run a lot of removal, but they still get by, so kind of wanted to try something a little different out in this league. Other than that, we have our Tishanas, we have an additional Flame of Anor. It works really well with Tishanas because she's a wizard. We have our 1 Mutavault, so 4 wizards, 3 Flame of Anors. It's a very flexible card. And then we have 1 additional flame in the side. This is like more removal. Again, we got rid of Dead Gons, so we don't have any more deads for turn 1, like 1 mana. But if we can kind of slow them down with all our counterspells, our subtleties, we can kind of get there in the late game with Flame of Anor. For the sideboard, we have 2 Disputes, the control matchups, an additional Tishanas, 3 Fury for those creature decks, 2 Blood Moon for the big mana decks, Force of Vigor for enchantments and artifacts. Endurance, we're back down on kind of 2 Endurance. You don't see too many graveyard decks. If we're up against Living End, it's an uphill battle anyway, so we have our Tishana's Tidebinder to hopefully make the matchup less miserable. We have that 4th Flame of Anor, and then we have the Visage that we bring on the play for Gemstone Caverns, which is just additional big mana hate and artifact removal. So that is Temur Rhinos Flash Control. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match number 1. We are on the play. This hand is kind of weak. We have like a turn 1 Footfalls. They're on Gigantha. I think we'll try it. We'll try it. We have Footfalls Suspend on turn 1. We have Tidebinder, Subtlety Pitch Lorien if we need to. This could be Tron. This could be Prowess. Tidebinder's good against Tron. And because we have all these fetch lands, we can just go Forest into Footfalls. We don't have to fetch Shock immediately. So it is Tron. Not a good matchup, but hopefully Tidebinder can carry us there. Suspend. Borrower is pretty good. So we can borrow the sphere, just to take them off scrying mana. I think we're going to do that. We can assume that because they kept 7, I think this is a good like tempo play. Otherwise, we could save the bounce for something more important, but we shall see. So they have both Tron lands. We're assuming they've scrying in hand, but they can't play both. Relic, okay, and they'll probably just play Sphere again. All right, so they play these 2 out. We'd like a dead draw here. So again, this is why we're trying to go down on these if possible. It's like 50-50, and then in this matchup, we definitely don't want it. So we'll play our land, pass, hold Tidebinder up, Brazen Borrower up if we need to. Hopefully they just don't go like Natty Tron here. So they crack Sphere. Probably play the scrying we assume they had, yep. All right, nothing we can do about that. They have Tron now. Probably crack this. Another Sphere. We're probably just going to flash this in end of turn for some pressure. Go get a Steam Vents here. Crack Relic. Steam Vents. Flash in Brazen Bar. We're really hoping Tishana comes through here. It's kind of the only way to get an advantage. We also have Subtlety up to it in case they play Karn. So we'll probably lean on Subtlety first and then Tidebinder. Here's Karn. Tempo swing here. The only reason Gone would be good is if they have like a Brazen Bar or a Worm Coil. All right, they have 2 Karns in hand. That's unfortunate. They down tick to go get a Chalice. All right, so the cool thing about the Chalice is Tishana's really going to get the shine here. So this is why Tishana is sweet. So we're going to cast Footfalls. It's going to get countered, allegedly. We're going to cast Tidebinder, and then we're going to get Rhinos. Pretty sweet interaction. Now we have Subtlety up. What stinks is that they do have another Karn. So if we kill this Karn, but they still have to play it if we kill it. This is 6. Yeah, we're still gonna have to kill this Karn, unfortunately. But we can hold Subtlety up, and then when they go to play Karn, we Subtlety it, and hopefully that's game. Maybe they, okay. So pitch Subtlety. This is the Karn they put back on top, and then they put it back on top. Play Boseiju, they have 5 mana. Do they have another Karn? Wormcoil. Wow, and then Gaun's really gonna come through here. Talking trash on Gaun, and then it just pulls its weight here. Gaun, wow. Okay. So this like really worked out perfectly. The tempo swings, just every card was just perfect against their so we are going to board just, I mean, like Gone was great there, but we're still going to board it out. Dismember's out. So what do we want? We want Blood Moon, Boseiju, Tidebinder, couple forces, and then what's not good? Flame's not the greatest. We need 4 more cuts. But we definitely want these. Oh, wait, we're taking these out. So we just need 1 more cut here. Because we're bringing in another land, we can probably cut Alorians, even though it's good for pitch, for subtlety. I think that's fine. All right, we're on the draw, but I think we're going to keep this. We have 2 Cascaders, some tempo with Fire Ice. We don't really have any, like, Blood Moon or Boseiju effects, but hopefully another Cascade. Not really what we want to see. And play Scalding Tarn and Pass. Probably should play around her in Blood Moon. We don't need double. Like, this could get a Ketria, or we can just get an island. They play Tower Map. I think I'm just going to get a Ketria here. I think it's fine. Well, unfortunately, we can't kill the map in time, but this will get a forest, and then at their upkeep, we'll ice. They're just going to crack map regardless, but we still want another draw. Force and negations, good draw. Because we could just hold this until they actually have Tron, because they're going to do this anyway, but we're just not using our mana, so I'd rather just use our mana. Double force, I can dig that. Stomping ground, we're going to Charlotte's Agent here because I want the extra pressure. You could argue holding it because for a double force, but I think we'll be fine. Hopefully they don't just Ulamog us here. O-Stone, we will force. Probably bait, but we have to force that. And then they have Karn, the One Ring. So if we would have Violent Outburst, we could double force these. So that's a thing. And they probably have another, okay. So I was valuing the extra pressure of Charlotte's Agent, but maybe holding up the double blue would have been good. So we'll just pass. Hopefully no O-Stone. I mean, we do have force here. So end of turn, we're gonna Violent Outburst, Crack Star. Maybe they play some artifacts, we can Force a Vigor. Warping Whale, okay. Interesting they played Warping Whale instead of holding it up for, we're gonna force this. I wonder if they did that, I wonder if they have another Warping Whale? We'll see. No, they don't, okay. So this is lethal if they have nothing. They block here. We'll attack with everything. And then we Violent Outburst for plus. Damn. That went about as well as it could have against Tron. All right, match 2. We're on the draw. And this is a great hand. We have some Disruption, Rhinos, Tishanas. So we're going to keep. And I'm going to say it. This is of course a much better hand on the play than the draw. We do have Dispute. If they're a blue deck, Windswept Heath. The worst draw. Gemstone Caverns. Play Misty and pass. Hopefully, if they don't do anything, we'll get a Ketria Triome. If they do something, we'll consider getting it either an island or a Steam Vents. Hopefully, it's a blue deck that we can get some dispute action out of. Rogren Triome. Okay. Probably the Beans deck, which is a very, very unfavorable matchup. Hopefully, they don't crack this and just play Beans. Overgrown Tomb. Don't play Beans. Don't play Beans. All right. So, yeah, this is a unfavorable matchup, but maybe we can like pull it out. Got a Ketria Triumph because I can just go Beans here next turn, go Charlotte's Agent, Beans again, and then we just have nothing going on really. Just kind of building up our board. Wow, double gemstones. That's about as bad as it can get in terms of draws, especially in this matchup. So we'll pass here, hold up Dispute. Let's look at the Steam Vents. Hopefully they play something. Maybe they play Teferi and we can just dispute it. Hoping for not Charlotte's. Scion. Yeah, this isn't looking good. This is just tough to deal with. We could subtlety it, but we're just so far behind on cards. So I think we have to let it go, unfortunately. I don't know what else they do. It's kind of like the perfect, like 1, 2, 3. We play out Gemstones. We will shard this here. We have to apply some pressure, even though this can be easily eaten up by Furies and Solitudes. So we have Rhinos. If we do get to untap and they don't just kind of wipe our board, we can hold up Tishana's for like pitch things. Nothing we can do about that. If we had Tishana's up, we could cancel this trigger. And they have the Solitude, pitching Solitude. So again, this is why this deck is very good against our deck, because they just have unlimited, especially with Beanstalk. If we're able to get rid of Beanstalk, this isn't as bad, but because they can just refill their hand each time, it makes it pretty much impossible. Being on the other side, when I was playing Beanstalk against Rhinos, it felt unlosable, especially because you can go, I remember facing down like 4 Rhinos, you just go Fury, Fury, Solitude, Solitude, and end up with like 10 cards. All right, they have their own Charlotte's Agent, which we'll get a Beanstalk. And this is, okay, so this is the stock Elder Deep Fiend list. Oh, they run into Kavu, okay. And then Kavu's just a house against Rhinos. I'll probably take a draw step and concede. There's like no way we're beating this, especially with these double gemstone draws. So they get in for 4, pass the turn, and we draw. So we've drawn 4 lands in a row. We do Tidebinder, does nothing. This does nah. Yeah, we'll go to sideboard. Maybe we can pull something out here against this matchup. We do have Furies, we do have Blood Moons. Bring in a Boseiju, take out Caverns. The question is too, how many Force of Vigor do we want against Leylines and Beans? So they are on the Elder Deep Fiend. Dead Gone's come out. So 2 matches in a row. Dead Gone's not good. Flame, not the greatest. Let's see what this looks. Subtlety, Dispute. Dispute's not even that good. I'm gonna take all the flames out and replace them with Flame of Anor. I mean, I'm going to take all the Flame of Anors out and replace them with forces because we don't know if this list is running. We're assuming this list isn't running very many. This list is not running very many Omnaths, which is where Flame would shine. I guess this is fine. We have turn 2, turn 3 plays. A little too many lands, but it's fine. We'll go Scalding Tarn into Katria, and then we'll get Island, Forest, play around our Blood Moons. We don't have any sideboard cards in this starter, but I think it's still fine enough to keep. I mean, I'd love a Blood Moon. Blood Moon would just be the best. It's almost like worth it to maybe mulligan once for that, just because of the matchup so bad. Not the greatest. I was going to play Stomping Ground tapped, but we could hold up Petty Theft for... All right, I'm going to shock this in. I should have just played this and played a Forest. I was going to play this tapped, but I'm going to hold up Petty Theft for their Bean and then Outburst, just because I don't want them to... I mean, they can still play Bean and just like pitch Elementals and draw cards off it, but then they can't play Teferi if they have that. It's really not going to come down to like life points very often, but that is just like a minor thing. So we lose 2 instead of 1. But like maybe they play Scion and we can bounce that. That's probably the most ideal situation. So what's cool about this too is that if they do have Scion in hand, they have to replay Beanstalk. They can't get the value out of it. We are bouncing something that does draw cards, but I think it's a necessary evil here. So we'll bounce that. They also have to go to cleanup too, which is like another benefit. So they drew a card. No, they're going to probably discard a land here. They discard Wooded Foothills. We draw Lorien. Good pitch for Subtlety, but not really what we want. Play Mutavault and pass. I like getting this out too, just so it can be like active as soon as possible. And they played the Windswept. If I knew we were going to play Brazen Borrower, I would have played Misty into Island, but because we have Violent Outburst, I know I'm casting this. Then you could argue also like hiding information where they know I can't cast this, so they know I have to have something else. And they get the Plains, which is smart. This looks like a Teferi. Let's just pitch, not even messing around. So now we do get the Violent Outburst, and then we can hold up Brazen Borrower for if they do play Teferi again to bounce a Rhino. And then we also have Mutavault available to get in for an extra 2. So at their end step, obvious Violent Outburst, Footfalls, put a bunch of forces to the bottom. I kind of do want to see Force. Force would probably be one of the better draws that we can just hold up, but we put 2 forces to the bottom. Play out Rhinos. We're not going to activate Mutavault yet because I want to hold up Brazen Borrower. They can just, they can just start pitching Solitudes. But this again goes back to us bouncing their Bean. Now they're not getting any value. They're going to 2-for-1. They're 2-for-1ing themselves here. Like they pitch Solitude. Like we did 1 card for 2 Rhinos. They just 2 cards for 1. So we will pass. And Fury's a really good card in this matchup. Let's see if they go for the Teferi line again. Probably Teferi, bounce a Rhino. Oh, they're going for the Bean. We're assuming this play means that they have more pitch elementals in hand and they want to get that value. Well, it's not a Fury. So we'll go get an Island here. If it was a Fury, they would have done it, obviously, but they're choosing not to. This is a Leyline Binding, obviously. So they're going to Leyline Binding the Rhino. So for our 1 card, I mean, now they're going to get 1-for-1 here, but they've used 3 cards on our 1 card, which is pretty sweet. Flash in Brazen Borrower. So we're going to hit for 5 next turn. Oh, Charlotte's Agent. Never mind. Yeah, we still can. So let's go get a Forest. Activate Mutavault. If they have a Solitude, they'll maybe Solitude. I don't know what they'll Solitude. It's like tempting to hit the land. Hit for 5. And because they didn't play out the Teferi again, they're going to get punished. Unless this is the random list that has the forces, but that doesn't. Okay, so get more Rhinos. So they're really going to have to string along a lot of Beanstalks and pitch cards here. They're going to need to go like Beanstalk into... Here's Teferi? All right, Teferi, bounce a Rhino. Probably Solitude a Rhino. This would be a good Fury target right here. Play Evergrown Tomb tapped. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is lethal on board. All right, there's the Fury. So they're going to hit right here. Are we assuming that they just down-ticked and drew the Fury? They pitched Fury to Fury. Jeez. And they hit a Rhino. Okay. Do they have Solitude? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? This is lethal on board with a terrible draw. Wow. All right, we're going to activate Mutavault. We're assuming that they have Solitude because they're dead on board otherwise. Show me the Solitude. Force of Vigor. Wow. What? Why'd they bring in Force of Vigor? I mean, it worked, I guess. They go to 2. That's pretty absurd. All right, we'll suspend this and pass. What are they bringing in Force of Vigor for? I guess Blood Moons? I mean, you have the planes. I feel like Force of Vigor is kind of maybe overkill. So we have 2 lethal attackers, another Teferi, Brazen Borrower, bounce Leyline Binding. That makes more sense. Play land, Leyline Binding, draw, get rid of Brazen Borrower. I'm trying to think what our best draw is. Probably fire, I guess. Did we board them out? No, we still have fires. And they scoop. Okay. I guess they were looking for something to kill the land. That's so weird that they brought in Force of Vigor. Like, but I mean, I guess, again, not that weird if for Blood Moons. Force is good. Force. Double Beseiju. I want Gemstone Caverns again on the draw. So that means we'll take out a Dismember. Like, if they have, like, one of the 2, what's it called? Dismember's good against exactly Elder Deep Fiend and Omnath. Oh, this hand. Easy mulligan here. Too many lands. Maybe we'll hit a moon. It's like the same exact hand. We have to mulligan again. This hand does nothing until turn 3. I'd like some put back those 2. Let's see. Put back Force and Footfalls. We have turn 1 Footfalls. Force of Vigor, pitching our only action. Obviously, we just want to see a bunch of lands. So they play Wooded Foothills, pass. Okay, there's a land. And this can go get Forest. Play around our Blood Moon. We have our 3 colors, at least. Maybe best case scenario is they go like Beanstalk here, and then like an extra Beanstalk or a... All right, so they had Sacred Foundry in hand. Most likely Beanstalk. Kavu. That's what we don't want to see. Kavu, this is like the worst case scenario. All right, suspend. Lands are still good. It's close. Play that tapped and pass. Our hand's really not lining up unless we draw the lands. Excuse me. If they draw like artifacts or something. So they're going to get the loot here. Probably discard a land. Outer Deep Fiend. Really hoping they don't have Teferi. I think Teferi would... Teferi uptick kind of just like wins the game for them. Oh, only 2 lands. Okay. Come on, land. What else is new? We suspend a second Footfalls. No land. Footfalls. So we've drawn 3 Footfalls in this game so far. 2 on our opener and 9 cards or 3 Footfalls. I mean, we fetched, but still. They found their 3rd land too, which is unfortunate. So now they're going to play Teferi out and we just lose. I guess they'll attack first. They were tapping mana. But we definitely had to keep that 5. If we went to 4, we're not going to win regardless. Like, we just got to hope for these lands. They pitch a Solitude, and that's terrifying. They pitched Outer Deep Fiend and Solitude here. I guess their hand is just stacked. And now they're going to play it Teferi. Nothing? What do they have? All right, Footfalls. Yeah, I'm not sure what they have that they're holding up besides just like Leyline Bindings, I guess. So like we probably should have just played Shardless out instead of holding up Violent Outburst. Because by doing that, like we'd have 3 bodies instead of 2 because they're definitely going to like Leyline Binding everything and then we're going to have to just trade 1 for 1 with Kavu or like just get eaten by Kavu. 1 blue. Is this Teferi now? Shardless for... We're assuming Bean, right? No, another Kavu. That's like worst case scenario. And they definitely have Leyline Binding up. So let's see. I mean, we're going to have to Violent Outburst. Oh, they're going to... I guess, wow, their hand's like so perfect that they're doing this. All right, so we'll Violent Outburst. Maybe they let us just chump before they Leyline Binding. See, if I was them, I would have went to blocks first, unless they have Solitude. Well, even if they have Solitude, I guess it's the same difference, but imagine if they did that and I'm like, oh, let me double block. So like they missed out on like a little trick there. Oh, wait, well, I guess our thing was 5 anyway, but they still could have waited. All right, so that trades. It's kind of cool. Suspend. Yeah, let's cast this. See what we draw. I mean, we're still going to cast Shardless Agent. We could always borrow this, but so now we have 4 sets of Rhinos. And by 4 sets, I mean 2. And then we'll send it back. So we know their hand's stacked because they've been... The last time they didn't even loot. They just exiled a land from our yard. They don't have any beans in play, so they might start hardcasting things, but maybe they have Teferi, maybe they have Teferi. Another Shardless Agent. Okay. They had another Kavu, so no beans for them. Kind of good for us because if they want to, it's like weird. I don't know. It's like a lose-lose. The Kavu's really good against us, but also their pitch stuff's really good against us. I guess they can't really get in. All right. This is our last Rhinos. Next turn, Island. We'd love a Blood Moon. I mean, they have their 2 basics here. This gets a Forest anyway, but it does slow them down slightly. I guess it's not even worth it to attack. And we don't have, I guess we'll just pass. We don't have Force of Vigor up. We don't have Fury mana. We need like a shock, like a fetch land or a shock land. And their Leyline Bindings are pretty abysmal because they don't have a bean. They have 2 cards in hand. I wonder if that's just going to get a Forest. Maybe they don't even have a Forest. These are their 2 basics. We have a lot of live draws here. All right, they do nothing and just pass. We have more Rhinos coming off the spend. I mean, it's nice that they didn't have a Teferi. Probably should have Brazen Borrowered something, I think. Is this just Force Negation? We don't have anything. So no Rhinos for us. And we don't have anything to, so awkward. I guess we'll just pass and hold up double Brazen Borrower. I wish we had, like, if we could get that 5th land, they draw another land. They definitely don't want to be seeing more land, so that's kind of good for us. But I guess let's just start doing stuff. Do they have another Force? Just Solitude. I don't really get this play. They Solitude a Rhino, sure. I'm still going to bounce this one too. We would love a fetch land here. All right, we do get to get in with everything. It's a shame. If we drew that red source and just wiped right here, we'd be in much better position. They can just double block one Rhino, block here. Yeah, missing on that land is huge. Now they just get to play double Kavu out. They go to 13. And I mean, I guess we have Brazen Borrower to get in. Just like no good attacks. Just missing way too much. So they have 2 Kavus in hand and 2 mystery cards. They're gonna go Kavu, Kavu, maybe hold up Leyline Binding. That was like our one big hurrah, but we like really needed to hit a land there. But it's also in like 5 minutes, like way behind on clock. It's gonna flash us in. Do they have the binding for it? Yeah, and I mean triple binding, pretty hard to beat too. Shardless Agent doesn't do much. We can besage you this. We can save. I wish this Force of Vigor was better. I guess we'll just pass. So there's like 2 things. We could either play the Beseju and then we could, nah, that wouldn't work. Get it for 10 here? I guess again, they're just eating, they're not looting, so their hand is like disgusting. I think they're holding up some stuff. So they're just gonna eat Footfalls, Agent. We're gonna take 10 and then I guess see what they do. So I'll flash this in. We have 7 damage, but they have 2 cards in hand and full open mana. So we know they have like Solities and stuff, but they're not using them yet. So we draw the fetch land, but now we're at 2, so we can't even use it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could have put them at 2 if we got rid of this. Guess we'll play that, play Shardless Agent, cascade into nothing. We'll get in for 3 here. We're gonna have to double chump this. I don't think there's a world we win this though. Oh, you know what too? I wanted to play this to get a red source. Yeah, I don't know why I played Beseju out. That was a mistake. I even said I wanted to play this tapped. Yeah, that was weird. So if we play this, we go to 1. I mean, they have something anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, they just have, yeah, Murder's Cut. Okay. And that's why this matchup's tough. Match 3, and this hand is a pretty easy mulligan. Got nothing going on and just a million lands. This one is better. We'll keep this. We can have turn 2 Violent Outburst. What do we want to put on the bottom though? Put a land on the bottom, and then we'll do this. I'm gonna be greedy. Let's be greedy. If we weren't gonna put a land, we'd put Flame of Anor. But because we're on the draw and we have a lot of, well, we have a couple looks. Oh man, if this is a scam, oh, Fury. Okay, Fury, evoke Fury. Definitely gonna need to draw lands for Flame of Anor. If we had Dismember to start, that would just be a huge blowout. That would have been awesome. So in theory, this is a good matchup, but evoke Fury is pretty good. So we desperately need that land. So we'll see if we get punished. We can get Brazen Borrower. Would be good. We have 2 Brazen Borrowers, a million lands. All right, we got punished. We didn't keep that 3rd land. If we wanted the 3rd land, this would deal 5. We'd play Violent Outburst, play a land. And their draw is like pretty anemic too. Unlucky. I mean, again, greedy not keeping the 3rd land, but 3 lands. Let's see. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it was a Gemstone Caverns too. So we were just like never seeing that 3rd land. So against Scam, you don't really need the gemstones. I'd rather have Beseju maybe. I'd rather have Beseju than gemstones. And we're on the play anyway. Easy forces come out. Can bring these in. Dispute's not very good. Bring in Force of Vigor for Chalice and Fable. We have Flame of Anors for that as well. We'll be on the play this time. All right, and this is a great hand. If they grief us, grief scam, they take our 2 cascades, which stinks, but it is what it is. We have our forest, our island, triome, put a mulligan to 6. They could also, they have 2 chalices, so they can mulligan to chalices. We have 2 Brazen Borrowers, 4 flames. We have a million ways of getting rid of chalice also. So I'll play Foothills and pass. Play Bloodstained Mire. So we're most likely getting scammed. Obviously scam or Ragavan. Ragavan, okay. So I'll get a catcher right here. I'd have another red card to pitch to Fury. I really don't want to pitch one of my 2. I mean, if Ragavan hits us once, it's not that big of a deal. So maybe we don't care. There's the chalice. So this is like their ideal best start, which is unfortunate. I really don't want to waste Fury right now just on 1. I think I'm just going to pass. We could Fury pitch Outburst. We know they have other things in play, and I really want to get more value out of this Fury. I'm just going to get a forest here. They hit an island. Okay. They Swamp Cycle. White, black. Terrible draws. So we're going to have to kill the troll. Of course, we draw Footfalls. We'll play land, pass. I'm not going to suspend. We could suspend and hope to draw something to get rid of Chalice, but I'd almost rather use it as pitch fodder. But we'll probably have enough lands to hard cast Force of Vigor anyway. Monkey hits. Shardless Agent. Okay, good. I mean, they could cast that. We'll see if they want to. Oh, no, actually they can't. They only have, I thought they use the treasure for Persist. Maybe they have their own Dalthy now. Is this Fable? I get Steam Vents tapped. They play Fable. See, this would be a good Fury target right here. Fire Ice. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Play this out. I guess I'm going to suspend, and then I guess we kill Monkey. They only have 2 cards in hand. They are going to get the loot though. See what they discard. They discard a land. So they get in with both. Fire the monkey. Do they have... All right, so we made them use it on their turn. I guess they could just hold it up the whole time. They make a treasure. I think Fury's our best draw. Would love a Fury. We have 2 in the deck. I mean, I guess Force of Vigor or Flame of Anor is also one of our better draws. Tasha's is pretty good. We'd love a second land, or we need like another land so we could like double spell shard this into Tishana's would be like it's tempting to just Tishana's this, but I think I'm gonna try to bide my time here. They're gonna hit for 5. We could have Tishana's this and then had a blocker out. Yeah, we just need to draw like a land now. Well, they hit a dead gone. That would have been nice, but not a land. I mean, I guess we're gonna go to 2. We're probably just dead regardless. This is like on suspend way too late, and then wow, we hit a Fury. Okay, we can't complain about that. That's a really good draw. We'll see if they have a not dead though. We have to take these 2 out. If they have a not dead, they're gonna, I guess, use it on Kiki and then get a new Fable. We go to 4. They get another Goblin Shaman. Go to 3. Do both because we can't like really afford to shock in a. So now they do get to loot also. Do they have their own Fury? Yeah, damn. Tough losses. All right, match, and we're on the draw. This is like an interesting hand here. We could have turn 1 suspend. So let's see. Let's say we pitch. So we Caverns pitching this. We go turn 1 Footfalls, turn 2 Lorians, turn 3 Lorians. So maybe we'll try this and could pitch Fire Knight because we're gonna cycle turn 2. Let's pitch Fire Ice because we're gonna cycle on their turn and we're not gonna have turn 2 open. Watery Grave. I mean, I guess if they thought sees us, it's kind of unfortunate. Hedron Crab. All right, that's not the greatest for us. Get a Triumph. Turn 1 suspend. Play Triumph. Maybe we can get enough pressure with turn 2 Rhinos. It's almost tempting to Flame of Anor. We want to try to fetch as much as possible if possible to play around. I guess Fire would have been good against this crab. Fetch land. I guess what really stinks is if they hit a Rhino. So this will come down to luck if they actually hit a Rhinos here. So if they do, then they surgical, then we're kind of SOL. Okay, they don't there. They don't there. Now they're gonna fetch. Really hoping they don't have double crab, double land, and the surgical and everything. That'd be unfortunate. Watery Grave. Come on, no Rhino. Rhinos? No. Please don't surgical. If they have it, they're going to wait, I guess, until I cast a... I mean, we have one on suspend at least. So let me fetch now. Chuck that in, and I'm just going to pass. This is like a weird archive trap. It's like a weird thing, because if they... I guess we have to do it now. Like, it's not going to matter. If they have it, they're going to get it. If we wait, they're going to untap, and then they're going to have... what's it called? Open counterspell. So they archive trap us, sure. Double force, 3 forces. 3 forces down. Definitely going to Flame of Anor. Oh no, another crab? This is going to be tight. All right, 14 cards. See, this is a good matchup, like, if we had Dispute, if we had, like, anything, but our hand did not line up against Mill, and they have a Fatal Push. Yeah, we're not going to win this one. We don't have enough pressure, and they kind of have, like, the Mill nuts here. The only thing they're missing is, like, surgical on Rhinos. We will Flame of Anor, and then I guess pass. They have a force. I don't even really want to take a land out of the deck. They're going to Field of... They're probably... If they play a land and Field of Ruin, that's 12 cards. We're just way too slow here. All right, so they do Field of Ruin. I mean, we have some gas, sort of. Like, imagine if we had, like, a Tidebinder there. We're at 7 cards. Yeah, they had everything. Archive trap. Unfortunate. All right, so against Mill, we want Endurance. Pretty easy right here. Again, another not... I mean, Dead Gone could be decent against. Brazen Borrower is not good. Force is good. Subtlety is not very good. I guess I'd rather have Dead Guns than Force, Blood Moon. I mean, Fury is pressure. Flame is good against like Bridge and stuff. Subtlety is just not very good there. Like it stops. I don't think it stops enough. Borrower could be decent tempo swing, but we have 1 Dismember for Crab. Our sideboard playing, or our playing gets a lot better after sideboard. Probably should have switched, put Beseiju in as well. I mean, this hand's really good, but against Mill, turn 1 suspend, turn 2 land cycler, Tishana's, we'll play Misty, go get a Stomping Ground. It's hard to say. It's like, do you like mull to exactly Endurance and stuff like that? They kept 7 as well. See if they hit us with an archive trap. And I mean, it's like, if they hit Rhinos, they hit an Endurance. I mean, I guess you could mull this because we don't have Disputes or Endurances. But also we have the Tidebinders, cancel a lot of their stuff. Play Delta, probably playing a Crab. Watery Grave, tapped. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. All right, Footfalls, Misty. Gonna, again, cycle this now. Get Ketria. And we're gonna cycle this just as soon as possible because if they had an archive trap, they would have done it already. Get a Breeding Pool, and then just pass the turn. So it's crazy they didn't have a turn 1 Crab. Maybe they have like a lot of counter magic. So they have 1 surgical. So if they're surgicaling Force Negation, we can assume that they have more surgical effects. So they hit all 4 of our forces. All right, now they play a Crab. So I guess they drew the Crab for turn. All right, really hoping they don't hit. We're assuming that they have like either surgical or what's it called, and then They're just gonna take our rhinos. No rhinos. All right, they're gonna crack again, see if they hit this time. It's only 6 looks. Come on, no rhinos. 2 rhinos. Bye rhinos. Oh no. Okay. Well, I mean, they could still cast it for no mana. So maybe they're looking for a surgical. They hit 2. Would love an endurance. Endurance would be sick. Done surgical. Okay, no surgical. All right, rhinos still in suspend. We draw fury. We're gonna get some pressure going. We'll see if they surgical in response, and I guess we just pass. So this game's going a little better because their hand's a little slower, but they did hit 2 of our footfalls, which is annoying. So we're gonna really bank on these Tidebinders getting there. And they hit. We also have Tishana's to stop, so that's pretty good. 1 black mana. You'd think that they have more cards to bring in that's not Fatal Push, and they send it back. We still have 1 more turn for Rhinos, taking their sweet time. So we will play Breeding Pool tapped, get in for 4, hold up Tishana's. I mean, it's nice that we have 2. Like maybe they'll use their turns up and then we can just counter their turns, get the pressure on. It's crazy when like you don't want them to draw lands, but you also don't want them to draw spells either. I think like them drawing lands is better in the long run. Another crab. No Field of Ruin. We can Tishana's this. That's definitely a real thing. If they go for it, they definitely might. All right. We don't really have anything left in the deck. We just kind of have to win with whatever we have here. Hopefully they go for it. Looks like they're going. They are. Okay, sweet. So this is good for us because we get to put more pressure on the field, stop them from making land drops with Ruin Crab, kind of kill 2 birds. So now we have 7 power in play. Actually, and we're going to draw land, so, well, we're going to get to wipe out this Hedron Crab. I think that's fine, actually. I'm not sure. We might actually hold up, because I kind of want to hold up Tishana's or Otawara, because we're going to have more than enough pressure next turn, so there's probably no reason to run out Fury here. And we have Dispute, so we should be good. We have Tishana's and Dispute. Let's see if they want to like chump, because if they go to activate Shell Dock, we can Tidebinder that, and then they're kind of screwed. I mean, we could also just Dispute whatever they cast, but it might not be most likely a blue card, but so they do make a land drop. I wonder if they make the same play again. Our opponents have been really slow tonight, just like down 5 minutes. All right, we are down to 8 cards in the library. They're dead on board. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm trying to think what wins it for them. Hopefully they go for like a Field of Ruin play. Oh, they're not going. Mystical Dispute, and we can pay if they have their own Dispute. All right, that resolves. And I think they just lose. They don't have any land drops. They don't have any 1 mana spells that matter right now. So fortunately they surgicaled our forces and not our rhinos. That's something to think about. I mean, we have 4 disputes. In theory, this matchup should be decent-ish as long as they don't. I mean, maybe I'll take a flame over fire, maybe. Pistage, we went Gemstone Caverns. All right, this is like another tough hand where we have turn 1 suspend, so they can't surgical all our rhinos, but then we have, if they get rid of stuff, I think it's too slow. This one's pretty bad too. We don't have disputes. We don't have endurances in hand. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 2, kill. I mean, maybe they go double crab and we can, I don't know. I guess we'll try this. Veclorian. Maybe we'll get lucky and they go like double crab and we can Fury it away. There's a 2 mana or 2 toughness crab. Do we just Fury this now? It's so tough with like this. I think we have to wait. I am going to fetch now though. If they're going to archive trap me, so be it. Worst case scenarios, they go additional crab. All right, they've had archive trap every time. They hit both endurances too. Terrible luck tonight. We didn't need endurance last time, but I mean, it's nice to have it. But all right, so worst case scenario. Now, if they play fetch land, it's just like, I think they hit both endurances in the top. They hit 1 footfalls and 2 endurance. So like whatever they surgical is just, maybe they surgical endurances and we get lucky. Another footfalls. Yeah, they're getting really, really lucky hits with their mills. There's extirpate. They take our rhinos. So they take all our rhinos. Both of our endurances are in the graveyard. Maybe we can draw a red card and go fire fury. Okay. Play Scalding Tarn. Steam Vents. Fire the crab and pass. So I don't know if like our plan is that they don't draw anything ever and then we maybe Fury them to death. They have another extirpate for Tishana. So they're kind of taking all of our ways to win, all of our pressure. We have 2 more Furies in the deck. Seems to be about it. They hit 4 footfalls. Oh, because I guess they know we only have 2 endurances and they hit both, so they're not even going to go for that, which is like savage. They play Watery Grave. They do only have 1 card in hand, if nothing else. We play Charlotte's Agent. It's nothing. And I mean, I guess that first hand's looking a little better, but all that still would have happened. We'd have rhinos and suspend, and then they just nuke our endurances and rhinos. So we still even have 4/4s in play. Yeah, that'd be next turn. They do play the fetch land. We'll see what we draw. Our opponent's playing like really slow, and I don't really feel like waiting for them. There's really nothing we can draw out of it. Flame. I'll just skip to that. Yeah, they're just playing way too slow. Man, tonight is not working out for us. That's magic. All right, welcome to the final match. Let's see if we can pull out a 2-3 here. All right, this hand is not very good. We have like turn 1 suspend, some tempo, lands. I think we can do better. All right, this hand's a lot better. We have all 3 colors. Probably gonna put back subtlety and keep this. Probably subtlety. Put a mulligan to 6 and play Scalding Tarn and pass. I love being on the play with this hand. Just like a nice curve out. Burning Catacombs. Get a Triumph, tapped and pass. Play up Mutavault. No reason to like not. Opponent fetches to get a Blood Crypt. What if they have like Dalthy or something? So this is scam again. They don't have a turn 1 or a turn 2 play. I mean, I'm gonna shock this in and just pass. I'll hold up Violent Outburst because if we play Charlotte's Agent, then they get free value of like Terminate. I would just Bowmaster. I mean, I guess that's something. I was thinking more on the removal end. Mount Doom. They can't have Blood Moon, right? Okay, Fable. Maybe we force that? I think we force that. They're not going to attack because we know. I definitely should have forced that, I think. Obviously, we have Rhinos here. Yeah, there's like no reason to not. I can't. The only other thing I would be afraid of would be Moon. All right, we'll play Island out, attack. Play more Rhinos. This is going to be tough for them to beat. Now we'll just hold up Force, I guess. What they would have that we could force besides like, if they play another Fable, I'm not going to care about it, I don't think. But they can pitch 2 cards here. It's just crazy they didn't play anything on turn 1 or 2. They pitch a Bowmasters and a land. I mean, they could have Fury, which if they do, they don't have, okay. They shock that in. Oh, Shelly, okay. Let's set a stop here. So what's cool about this, well, I mean, we could just bounce it. I was going to say, we could just Tishana's it, but we'll just bounce it instead. We don't have to be fancy. Okay, and they scoop. I was going to say, we could just Tishana's it. We still win regardless, but so against Scam, we have our Furies, our Flames, Gemstone Cavern. It's not the biggest deal, so I'd rather have Boseiju. Out is Dispute, Force, bring these in. Here's what Endurance can't hurt. We don't need, like against Scam, you don't need to like kind of rush the Rhinos because they're just going to strip your hand anyway. But I think this is fine. All right, 1 land. This would be pretty solid otherwise. Unfortunate. No lands. Okay. Going to 5. So put back 2 things. Got to keep these 2 lands. I guess we put back Footfalls and Flame of Anor. This will be good because if they do grief us, we can just bounce whatever. Monkey is kind of annoying. I love Dead, I guess. Subtlety. Okay. Play Scalding Tarn, pass. We'll see what they do. Next turn, we'll probably just bounce something or other. All right, we'll let them hit. I normally would get a Triumph here. It'd be funny if they actually Violent Outbursted here. I don't think it would make much sense. I don't know what they have though. Get a Ketria. Definitely want to hit some lands though. Tishana's. Not really what we want to see. So now we got to think what we're going to bounce here. Let's see what they discard first. They discard nothing. I don't know. So there's a couple of things. We can bounce the Monkey, which would, they won't make a token. They won't make a treasure. I'm kind of afraid of Blood Moon. I don't know if they would bring this in. I don't think they'd bring it in. I think we're safe to bounce Ragavan. I'm really hoping we are. We have to bounce something else. We're going to have just like a million mana and take a card, I guess. We got to do something here. If they have Blood Moon, then that sucks. They should just play out Ragavan and like Dalthy or something. The fact that they didn't get rid of any cards means they have some good stuff. Our hand's pretty Thoughtseize proof. Just really need a land. I had to take a Shardless Agent. That's what we thought. Replay Monkey. Just definitely need a land. Really taking their time. I don't know what's so much to think about here. All right, they send it back. Come on, land. So we don't even have a red card for this. I think if I had a red card, I'd definitely pitch it to these. Maybe I'd wait because of Reflection. This game's not looking too good here. Go to 11. Ragavan reveals another non-land. Wow, we've just had no lands on the top. Another Thoughtseize. Wow. They should take Shardless here. It takes Subtlety. So what do they have? That makes sense. Unfortunately, we don't have a land to turn this off. It's nothing. Jeez. No. We were never drawing a land. All right, so on the play this time, maybe this will go better. I guess we did mull to 5 and stuff. Man, these hands have been awful. We're going to mull this hand. All right, this is a lot better. Keep this. Go turn 1, suspend. It's a little better. If we get griefed, they're obviously going to take these, and then we're going to be a little sad. If they play Monkey, we're going to be sad. There's really nothing they can do besides play land and pass that would make us not sad. I mean, at least they didn't play Chalice last turn, but oh, there's Chalice. So we do have the answer in hand as long as they don't take it away. Maybe they kept Chalice and their hand's not the greatest. So Brazen Borrower is our best draw here. Brazen Borrower, Subtlety. Ugh, 1 turn too short. So unfortunately, we're going to have to probably just Flame of Anor this. Yeah, Brazen Borrower would be an amazing draw. No, they just had everything. That's really unfortunate. We could Subtlety that, but there's no point because we'd have to just pitch the Flame anyway. So now Brazen Borrower, Flame of Anor, our own Fury. We have a lot of outs. Dead Gone is one of them. I should have fetched the Triumph. I just skipped through it though. Now we're going to take an extra 2 damage for no reason. All right, so we do have Gone. They get a tapped Blood Crypt. All right, we will go get an island here. Go on the Fury. Stem the bleeding a little bit. Go to 7. They're playing these lands quickly. They play a land. Rhinos, unfortunately, is going to be countered. And we draw a tap land. Ugh. So it's coming to bite us. Like, if we would have fetched when we should have, we'd have a tapped Ketria. Or we would have gotten the Ketria and then not drawn this. But then if we did draw land, we could have Subtlety up. The second Chalice in Fable. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if they have anything. They don't. Lucky us. All right, so this is unfortunately countered. We had like Tishana's. We have so many outs and we're just like not drawing it. Like if we had Tishana's there, that would have been disgusting. Second Subtlety. So I guess we're just going to flash this in into Takanuma. Oh, they milled really bad cards. 2 lands and a not dead. They put Fury to their hand. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to let them attack. They're going to get 1 treasure, but they're not going to be able to cast Fury off of this. But the reason I'm doing this now is so I can block Ragavan and not Subtlety Ragavan, because then they just wouldn't attack, which I mean is maybe fine, but then we don't get the ambush. And now we have a Subtlety in play, except now they have Kiki. So I guess Fury's the best draw here. Yeah, this game was just did not work out for us. Did not work out. Hold back Subtlety. We know they have a Fury in hand. If they have a removal spell, we just lose. Fury part 2. Subtlety. It's just crazy that we have so many outs of this. Like a fourth of our deck or something, or a fifth of our deck just answers this cleanly. All right, they don't attack. They're just gonna like copy, I guess. Dead gone. Just gonna do this now. So that way they can't copy end of turn. I'm trying to think, if we attack for 6, put them down to 11, it's not worth it to outburst for the extra 2 points. We just need like something. Again, I think Fury is one of our better draws. They're gonna cast Fury, kill Subtlety, attack for 2. Wait, how do they have a not dead? It says they put it on top. That was the second card? Okay. I thought they had a Fury in hand. All right, so I guess we can't attack now. Well, now we just go to 2. Yeah, we just go to 2 and then they kill us with Fury and then we lose. Man, not our night. All right, so that was Temur Rhinos Flash, just trying, not full sets of dead gone, just 2 ice, 2 gone. I don't think it really made a difference in these specific matchups. Gone wasn't very good in most of the matchups. Obviously, Scam, it's pretty good against, but Tron, we boarded it out. Mill, it's kind of like whatever. But regardless of like these inserts, these flex spots, the games were pretty crap overall, I'd say. We didn't draw very well. We modeled a lot, and I don't think they went as well as you typically want, like in our last video. There's really not much to take away from those games in terms of like just like poor draws. We definitely could have sequenced better with some lands, but I don't think we made any egregious mistakes that would have kind of turned the game on its side anyway. So it's kind of like a weird league, not the greatest, but we'll definitely keep trying testing these numbers. I don't know if 4 ice, 4 gone is like definitely a mainstay. You could say we're pre-boarded against decks that we would typically board out dead gone anyway, like Tron, big mana decks, just anything without creatures. Ice is still good for those tempo plays, but I don't know if we're just used to it or if it's definitely necessary. I also thought the sideboard was fine. No changes, I don't think. So yeah, we'll get them next time. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time. Peace.